What's going on, guys, and welcome back. It would not be Marvel Rivals if we didn't get a new hero where you ask yourself, who's that hero? It's Captain Marvel. It's Elsa. Shit. Who the hell is Elsa Bloodstone? And you're about to find out. We're going to take a look at the newest duelist, her trailer, and kind of slow down the gameplay, the first look at it, and see exactly what she's going to offer in Marvel Rivals. Let's jump in. Okay, guys, here we go. Elsa Bloodstone. Let's see what they've cooked up with the new duelist, the Argus Fire. She's Australian. That's hot. And, okay, we got a little double pump shotgun. I'm here for it. Here's the traps we're going to all hate. My God. Oh, yeah, she's got good mobility. Okay, I like it. Her gunshots feel like they're going to be really good, in my opinion. But super straightforward, right? Like, nothing too complex. A lot of mobility, and it looks like she obviously has that hunter instinct thing they were talking about. But here's the ultimate. Let's see what this does here. Okay. All right. All right. You could push people off the map. That's going to be hard. Some maps it's going to suck, though, man. Like Hell's Heaven. Oh, you can pull them back, too, though. That's going to be sick. All right. So that for sure. At first, if that only pushed out, I thought that was going to suck. I'm not going to lie. Or at least be like only map dependent. But the fact that you could pull them back or like displace them, she's going to have some interesting mechanics. Like, not every hero needs a PhD. This one, like, barely needs a tutorial. I feel like she's pretty straightforward and probably is 1-star, maybe 2-star. You know, if you don't like Hela and Jean Grey, I think she's a bit more forgiving in that department as well with her guns. She looks pretty fun. I think she'll be, you know, a good time. But when you look at, like, Gambit, Rogue, Deadpool, Daredevil, even Angela, it's like all those have been pretty complex heroes. So this is definitely going to simplify things, if you will. But let's break it down and really slow down the footage and what we're looking at. All right, guys, let's go to break down her kit. Now, as we saw in the dev vision, she is confirmed to have 8 ammunition in her primary fire. This is going to shoot 2 at a time, and she has 275 health to boot. Now, just like Deadpool, she's going to have a bar at the bottom that is her hunter instinct. With the better damage you do, the more her cooldowns are going to decrease, and that's going to give you more snowball potential, more mobility, and in general just make her much better the longer you stay alive. Now, the biggest example of this is her left shift dash is going to go from what looks like to be like 8 seconds long to 2 seconds, if I'm correct, which is obviously a massive difference and going to make her way more mobile. But this does look like it can adjust even mid-shot as you continue to do more damage because it goes from 8 to 4, and then sometimes we see it as a 2-second cooldown. So her primary gun looks like it has a fair amount of range for sure. And when she does her left shift dash, which we'll talk about in a moment, it is going to power up her next primary hit from the icon that you can see as it counts down with the second marker to do what it looks like significant more damage. You can see when she presses left shift, she's going to have access to her bigger gun, which again, with the cooldown reduction, is going to allow you to do this much more often, thus putting out way more damage. Now, that left shift ability is going to give her obviously a little bit of momentum into a direction. But on top of that, every time she uses it, it'll also give her 35 additional health, which once again, the longer you stay alive, the more you can get access to her damage, but the more bonus health you're going to keep on getting every time you use it on top of the extra mobility. Now, as we saw in the dev vision, you have what is called her living bullet. Now, this is without the Deadpool team up, but this will be a projectile that's much easier to land, and you can bounce it off walls or the ground to connect with your opponents. And then, of course, with Deadpool, you'll be getting access to, you know, Deadpool shenanigans. And then it seems like the damage you do, you can also heal yourself back, which is going to be obviously very big for how easy this seems to land. Now, her E ability just looks like a really good, like, souped up Widow combo attack that obviously is going to be a little bit of a skill shot, but seems much easier to land. You knock them up a little bit, and then you can combine this with your left to continue to move around and be mobile. Really good in one-on-one situations, but also just seems solid in team fights as well. You can see she also shoots the ground for like extra mobility. I think that's either part of the animation or just a skill shot. Either way, this looks like a lot to deal with, especially in high-pressure situations. And we get a quick look at her trap here with her F, and this is going to be the Diablo Demon. We can see the magic getting trapped in here, and it's going to do continuous damage as they're trapped, but also notify you that they're trapped. And then I thought at first that she used the left shift to get to this magic, but no, she didn't gain bonus health. It's going to be with F that you can dash, go up to her, and then use what is, again, that F combo. And again, that combo is a little bit of an animation, so I believe where she shoots off the ground, you'll be able to do that each and every time you press the combo, depending on if you do connect with your opponent. On an 8-second cooldown is the trap, which is not long at all. I mean, it looks like the trap has about 100 health. The monster has, I don't know, 50 health or something like that. I don't think you'll be able to get multiple out there just because of the way the UI is on the left side, but we'll have to find out. This is definitely going to be pretty strong, especially on trying to capture points or just, you know, trying to lock down an area. And then lastly, we get a look at her monster that she summons with her ultimate, and you can see it does have some health, I believe about 500 health, as it rushes towards enemies and pushes them into a direction with little to no response time. I mean, this is going to be very fast, and so things like Hell's Heaven or like Yggdrasil and certain points where you can push them off the map, this will be nice. But on times you can't push them off the map, you can press Q once again, and this will allow you to call them right back to you, where you can set them up into a trap or your combo. And obviously we have a really nice shot of everybody getting called back here, but you know, this is going to be great for that strategist in the backline if you want to try to bring them towards you, or the tank to displace them. Like, this will be very good in team fights, and I think just solid all around with plenty of good application. You can also see at the end when it's called back, and I'm sure this is going to happen, you know, if it goes the distance on the other direction, the monster's going to do a little bit of this chomp bite that's going to do additional damage, so you can also combo with that. So yeah, that's just about it. You know, she does seem pretty simple, right? Like, one button's to shoot and one is to move, but you combine all together with a living bullet just in case you miss, the combo for more skilled shots, the traps to connect. Like, she's going to be good at looking for isolated flank heroes, but also solid in team fights, and not exactly like the most skilled heavy hero, which I actually think is a good thing once again with all the craziness that we have gotten. I think she's going to be 1-star if I had to guess, but, you know, again, we'll test her out with all of the early access. But let me know down in the comments, did I miss anything? Because it looks to me like it's going to be, you know, a lot of bonus health, mobility, and all that good stuff. You know, I think she'll be played at low elo more, not more than a high elo, but I do think she'll be played plenty at low elo as well. And in the tournament scene or the pro scene, like, or high level play, maybe you can combo that ult and really get some good value there. We're going to just have to see how she stacks up to the other options, right? At the end of the day, this game has so many different heroes. So, like, if they don't fill a specific role well enough, and we see this a lot of the time with Vanguards, but we're going to get this with Duelists and whatnot, it just doesn't warrant the pick, right? I think with her kind of living bullet and the fact that you can chase down, you know, people that are running away, like, she seems to be really solid at that anti-flank, but also on those engagements for the 1v1s. And, you know, against those heroes that excel in 1v1 situations, where does Elsa stack up? Obviously, a lot of words, but simply just saying, how is she going to be as like a 1-star hero? I don't want to say I'm underwhelmed. I do feel like I was expecting more from Elsa Bloodstone, or at least like, you know, a bit, maybe a bit more abilities. But hey, listen, I'm not going to complain. You know, every now and then we're going to get some more basic heroes, and want to hear from you guys down below. Anyway, have a good one. Have a great one, guys. Till the next one. Happy rifling.